Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? ANZD here with the second stimulus check update and the second stimulus package update and what's going on in Washington, D.C. and Capitol Hill. Now, recently, we were having some negotiation that's been going real good, and both parties were saying that they're close to a deal, but details are holding things up, and they have to work out a few minor details, and those are the things that's holding things up. But in addition to that, now we have more push. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We have a couple senators is pushing more for that $1,200 stimulus check push. That's right. Instead of the $600 stimulus check, they're pushing for that $1,200 stimulus check push. And it's also kind of getting some agreement from President Trump. So what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Before I continue this video, please make sure you hit that like button so you can let YouTube and the algorithm know that this video is of value to you and to others. So let's continue about what's going on in Capitol Hill in regards to the stimulus check. So like I was saying, right now they have to extend the budget in order to keep the government running. So they're going to extend the budget until Sunday from the omnibus vote, and that's the budget vote to create the new budget for the new fiscal year to keep the government running, in order for them to basically negotiate about what's going on with stimulus check when they could have negotiated back in May, June, July, August, that whole September problem-solving caucus committee came in and still nothing. So right now they're extending the budget from the omnibus vote until Sunday. So the government should be running until Sunday. If no agreement that's going on, don't know, government probably shut down for the government might be shut down for a few days to a week. Like I said, both sides was agreeing, and they was agreeing on the amount of the $600 per person for a stimulus check, but no details for any amount for the dependents of these child. So they were working out details for, okay, $600 per person, but no really details for how much for dependents. Would it be dependents for children? Would it be dependents for adults? So after that, now, after all the negotiations going back and forth, and we thought we was going to have some agreement on the $600 per person, we have Senator Bernie Sanders. He's coming back out now, and he's saying, hold on, wait. It's a lot of things going on. We should have been closer than what we are right now, all these details. How about we start pushing more for that $1,200 stimulus check? Especially, he said, since 650 billionaires became over $1 trillion richer over the past month. You know, when the pandemic hit, you know, the market crashed and there was a lot of stocks that went down. A lot of them was like recovery stocks. So a lot of these people was grabbing up those stocks, and all of a sudden you see the stocks go back up and people was making a lot of money off of it. Like I said, 650 billionaires became $100 trillion richer. That's the combination between all of them. So in addition to that, now we have Senator Josh Hawley. Remember, Senator Josh Hawley and Bernie Sanders, they were teaming up in order to hold their votes up for the omnibus vote. They were going to hold up their vote and not letting anything go through until there was some kind of stimulus check. But also Senator Josh Hawley, Republican Senator Josh Hawley, is also requesting to vote on a separate bill of a second stimulus check of $1,200 plus $500 for each dependent. So he's saying, okay, well, we're going to hold up for the omnibus bill, but since all that details and stuff is going out and you guys can't hatch things out, how about I put my one bill up front, $1,200 stimulus check, and let's get this done. $1,200 stimulus check for each person, $500 for each dependent, and let's get it done. So in addition to Senator Josh Hawley putting forth this bill to get voted on, you have Bernie Sanders is supporting it, and you also have Senator Chuck Schumer, which is the second leader in the Senate, the Democratic leader in the Senate. He's also standing by this $1,200 stimulus check because it's needed, you know. More news that's coming out of the Capitol Hills are that the Republicans want to terminate a Federal Reserve lending program. That's some money that they have put up in the reserve just in case we need to access more money, which will reduce the opportunity that President-elect Joe Biden would get. So they're saying that once President-elect Joe Biden gets into office, that there will be more talks and negotiation prior of more stimulus bills and more stimulus packages to come up. But right now, the Republicans are trying to block that progress and won't kind of allow him to get access to those funding. But it's all politics as usual, so I'm not even know which side to choose on right now. But all I know is that there's people out there that really want stimulus check, and this money shouldn't be abused. This money shouldn't be going to people who are already well off and secured with their finances. So McConnell is saying that we might have to stay longer than we thought. So McConnell is saying we're going to stay right here until we finish what we have to get done. And he's willing to work through the weekend, and I guess also through the holiday season, through the Christmas break. The government might need to extend, like discussed earlier, the government might need to extend the budget, which is what they're working on right now as we speak. They're working on extending the budget a little bit longer for a few more days so they can work on the stimulus package, because the stimulus package will be also included with the omnibus bill package in order to extend the government budget or create a new budget for the next upcoming fiscal year. And we have to get this through because we don't want the government to be shut down. Government shut down through a pandemic, during a stimulus package negotiation, during a time where people really need the government to come through. With other news that's going on, we can see that COVID-19 has continued to rise. Right now, it's continued to rise. And for example, like California right now have about a surge in cases for almost 50% surge in cases. And some numbers are saying, like, if California was a country by itself, it probably would have more cases than a lot of other developing countries, even some countries such as like India and stuff like that, if California was a country by itself. So that's kind of a scary thing, because California is right there, the rest of the United States is connected. So most likely the COVID-19 surges and rises and increasing cases will continue to go on. But good news is that the vaccine is out and people are getting administered the vaccine. Vaccines could be widely available though by spring, they're saying. So we got about another 3-4 months. We probably have a lockdown, we probably have a shutdown. But within the next 3-4 months, hopefully they can start having more vaccines available. Dr. Fauci is saying about 75 to 85% of people will need to be vaccinated for things to go back to normal. So they're aiming towards as soon as all of this is available, around April, May, maybe from both companies, Pfizer and Moderna, they probably have enough vaccine in order to have 75 to 85% of the population being able to be vaccinated. So by next summertime, they're saying things should be back to normal. Well, hopefully things will go back to normal. Not sure if we're gonna need more than 2 doses. Remember, this vaccine is very, very new, and usually takes about a couple years to develop a vaccine, where in this case, this vaccine only took about 5-6 months. I'm not exactly sure, but let's go around 5-6 months, 9 months tops, unless somebody knew something before the pandemic exploded. But so the vaccines is really needed, and the government is also really needed in order to create and put out some kind of stimulus, because right now you have about half people are living paycheck to paycheck. You have about another 8 to 9 million people fall into the poverty rate. You also have like another 13 to 16 million people applying for unemployment. So it's not really looking good. So they need to work out, figure out something, stop the bickering, stop the nonsense, and come together and work out a stimulus package so something can happen. Like, hopefully by Monday they'll be able to vote on things in the Senate and the House of Representatives and get it to the president so it can be signed off. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, that's a quick update of what's going on with the stimulus check and the stimulus package, the second round of stimulus check and stimulus package in Washington, D.C. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you continue to be safe. Keep your social distance 6 feet away. Wash your hands. Keep your hands away from your eyes, nose, and mouth, and continue to be safe. Also, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell when I be putting out more videos, in addition to going live and figuring out ways how we can work around this stimulus package and even create our own stimulus check, DIY stimulus check. Once again, it's Angie. Continue to be safe. Peace.